Live from England, it's Corey Millett.
Good evening, folks. Today in England, I learned about some of the holidays and festivals I take part in. One of them was the Brighton Festival, and boy did I see a lot of cool art. Swagger. It was first started in 1966 and known as the largest multi-art form festival in England. There are a lot of exhibits to see that will blow your mind, including the children's parade, outdoor events, theater, music, and visual arts. You can see a lot of art because artists open up their houses and let you tour and purchase their art. Also, there's a holiday called St. George's Day, which was a major feast and national holiday in the 15th century. It is celebrated on April 23rd and is celebrated in a lot of countries besides England. On this day, some patriotic English people wear a rose pinned to their jacket. Another famous festival is Wimbledon, as you can see, and it was first held in 1877. The tournament takes place over 2 weeks with some of the best tennis players in the whole entire world. There are a lot of traditional things associated with the tournament, like very strict dress code for the competitors and eating strawberries and cream. Wimbledon is just one of the tournaments in the Grand Slam. There are usually 19 courts used and all composed of rye grass. They also celebrate bank holidays. The people employed in essential services usually receive extra pay on these days. The first official bank holidays were the 4 days named in the Bank Holidays Act 1871. Overall, England celebrates many holidays like the U.S., including St. Patrick's Day, New Year's, and Christmas. I recommend visiting some of these festivals and experiencing them for yourself. Thank you and have a great day. Now we're to my partner in crime, Swagger Mager.
Hi folks, how are you doing tonight? I'm here to talk about the United States and the UK's relations. The UK and America have a great relationship today, but as many of us know, it wasn't always like that. The United States started as a colony of Great Britain. After Britain fought the French and Indian War, they were in debt, so they taxed the citizens of the colony. This angered the citizens of the colony and they started fighting back. The American Revolution started shortly after this in 1775 and ended in 1776 with the signing of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. This signified that the 13 British colonies were free and no longer under British rule. Years later, the War of 1812 broke out and America wanted the British to stop bending the Native Americans so their pioneers could get their land. The war lasted until February 18, 1815, and marked the end of a long period of fighting between America and Britain. Later, the United States and Britain became allies in World War I and World War II. Ever since then, we have been allies and have many similarities with each other. We speak the same language, have the same sort of culture, basically the same legal system, and have always been big investors of each other. We also founded NATO together and were allies in many of the wars we fight. I believe that we'll be allies until the world ends in 2012. Jolly ho! And now live from my main man Eric in London.
Thanks, Alex. For the past 7 years, we have been under the watch of our government's surveillance. It seems you cannot go anywhere without seeing a security camera, just like the one up there. The idea first came up in Wiltshire in May of 2003. This idea has exploded and now England has 4.2 million cameras. England holds the new title for being the surveillance capital of the world. Wandsworth, England has 4 cameras per 1,000 people. The CCTV cameras watch your actions and will even tell you not to do something. The cameras are controlled by one main center. The employees there will tell you on the loudspeaker not to litter, loiter, and other offenses. And what's even more astounding is they will publish your picture on the internet. Well, there must be some advantages to these cameras, you might be saying. Well, there really aren't too many. England has spent 78% of their crime budget on these cameras. That's £30 million a year. Camera evidence is inadmissible 80% of the time in court, so they're pointless. And there are many cases of the cameras accusing the wrong people. Well, I don't know about you, but I find it very annoying that a small minority of perpetrators caused all of this surveillance. Now back to you with Travis Neuman.
Thanks, Eric. I hope there's no cameras like that where I live. I'm Travis Newman and I'm here for the Demographic Report of England. England is a much smaller country than the United States. England is only about 50,346 square miles as compared to the United States' 3,717 square miles. To get a better idea, England is about the size of Alabama. The population of England as of April 17, 2011 is an estimated 51,951,000 people. This makes it one of the most densely populated countries in Europe. England is not nearly as diverse as the United States. The population is heavily dominated by the white British people, followed by other white races. White British people account for about 86.99% of the population, while black races make up for fewer than 4% of the population. Asian races are more popular, accounting for about 6% of the population. Diversity in races has gone up over the past few years, but at a very slow rate. There is an increase in migration into England from Asia and Africa, but a very small increase compared to other parts of the world. Along with the dominances in population come dominances in religion. Christianity is by far the most popular religion in England, with about 86.9% of the population. After Christianity is Islam, with about 3.1%. An interesting and unusual fact about the United Kingdom as a whole is that about 400,000 people in the UK, or about 0.7%, are registered as Jedis. This is more than those who registered as Jewish and Buddhists. England's national sport is cricket, but many see soccer, known as football in this area, as a more popular sport. There are more popular sports like rugby, tennis, and polo. English people are well known about the amount of tea they drink. The average tea consumption per year is about 2.1 kilograms. This makes it one of the most popular drinks in the country and even the continent. England is a very small, densely populated country, but is a very important ally that we wouldn't do well without.
Hello, I'm Alex Mega. Me and my friend Eric are here to discuss football in the upcoming 10 minutes.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
This just in! Breaking news! There might be a law change associated with the royal wedding of Kate Middleton and Prince William. This story should be the bee's knees.
Some parliament members find the rule of the firstborn son becoming king out of date and discriminatory.
Current rules state older daughters are overlooked in favor of the firstborn son, and non-Protestants are banned from assuming the throne.
This rule is 310 years old, and the idea of a change comes as UK gets ready for the royal wedding.
There is also a law about not allowing Catholics to become royalty.
It's quite funny because the law only specifically bans Catholics and not any other religion.
A member of Parliament, Keith Bass, said that he hopes that they will have a son first so that they don't have to think about this law change for a while.
Keith Vaz, who proposed the law, has to get the approval of all 15 counties' parliaments. So far, he only has one parliament's approval.
We'll keep you guys updated later tonight on the evening news. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.